But what I'll do, I mean, if you wanted to just chop that off, you could use it in it. It would make a lovely stew with the bone on, or you can take it all off and use it in a. It'll dice straight up without any trimming, and you can use it in a casserole, or shot it through a mincer and make it into minced venison. Or if you had a bit of either lamb or beef or pork to it, you can make it into a decent sausage. Or if you don't want to put any fat in it, you just make it into a venison burger with a bit of egg and a bit of onion and a bit of salt and pepper, really. What you've got is, say that yellow belt there. That's just solid gristle. That's the bit that keeps its head up. That bit there. That's what it attaches. It's attached to that there. That vertebra there keeps its head up when you cut it or when you shoot through it. It can't keep its head up. And it's just easy just to take your knife, and if you just long strokes and just basically you peel the meat off the bone as you're doing it. And then if you wanted to make stock with the bones, fair enough, just chop them up with whatever you've got handy, an axe if you haven't got a meat cleaver. But wash it first. Give it to your dogs, but give it to your dogs raw. I'm not hurt the dogs at all. I'll show you how to pare the meat down the ribs. Take that bit off. It's just like elastic. Really, that's. And blood damage in that as well. Right. If you want to keep the meat in between the bones, I mean, if it's a fresh carcass, you can keep the meat in between the bones and just put it through a mincer. You can buy like a little handy hand mincer for next to out. And if you're only doing a little bit of, if you're just doing an odd deer, one of those ones that you clamp to the bench and do it by hand, that's as good as anything. Because they don't cost very much money. And if you half freeze the meat first, it stiffens it up quite a bit, and then it'll actually go through the mincer easier. You just put your knife through, start at the top, like that, down the bone, turn it at the bottom, get all of the meat, and then pull it up, cut it off. In at the top, down against the bone, like that, down the bottom, turn it round, and then cut it up at the top. Down the bottom. Just like that. Where the bullet's gone through and there's any broken ribs, just avoid them, because there's quite likely to be blood splinter in one because it's somewhere. Not very nice in your feeling. And dogs will quite happily eat the head.
Oh yeah, definitely.
No bother. And you can get a pound or so of meat, or 3/4 of a pound of meat off a set of ribs. And then of course you go to the bone.
I suppose they're alright for a barbecue if you want to barbecue them.
Hey, you got it right actually. And it's like when it's fresh, when it's quite fresh, it tends to be a little bit like chewy, but you don't tend to, if you don't cook it as much, it's alright. Rather than like once you cook venison, you either cook it when it's quite rare, or you've got to cook it a lot. Because the in-between bit, it's like all of you, the in-between bit, it goes quite tough. No, not much. Good. Right, take the shin off. Best way to do it is to show you ready. If you look at the joint where the knee joint is there, that's the actual kneecap, and that's the bottom of the knee. If you cut in the middle of that, you'll find the joint. Yeah, and that's the joint you're looking for. You see that joint?
Yep.
The best way to do it is you take the joint up there, come up there, and you see where it's bending.
Yep.
Come back out that way. Yeah, and then you've cut through the joint. What it is there's the cruciate ligament on your knees there. So what the actual action of your knife is, you come in there, you'll come in, and then you go up a little bit, and then back down. So it's like a bit of a, or is it like a W? You come in like that. You've got to follow that joint to cut through that tendon, and you just cut that off. The best way to do this, most people won't want a full haunch of venison. Some people do, but most people don't.
You're a fat bastard.
Well, if you're a fat bastard, like that. Just cut all this trim off, and it'll all go into your sausage or your mince. See where the thigh bone is? There's like a line, like a muscle line there. Take your bone and knife, hold your bone and knife like that, and take your knife and you come up that line. And what you're doing is you're following the bone. Now if you want to leave the bone in, you can. And take this muscle off, take one muscle off, and it'll roll back up. But if you want to just take it up into smaller joints, so that you like sort of, well usually the bloke will eat the venison and his missus won't go anywhere near it. So what you're going to do, you sad lonely bastard male for one, isn't it really using. Take your top side muscle off by following the same. And the same with that, you follow that bone back down. Just take your knife and you just all you're using is a little bit of your knife. All the way down. Put it out. Take that muscle off. Go off. There's a kneecap. You just cut that off. Chuck it. It's your little rump. Just make a nice little oyster steak. Trim that up. Nice little fillet steak for one. What you've got now is you've got your leg muscle divided into muscles.